Welcome everyone. I'm Sandy and I'm a Stampin' Up, wait a second. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in beautiful Southern Ontario, Canada. So how are you? How have you been? It's been a week since we talked. I was busy with my grandson today, but I did have a time to a couple chances to check Facebook, and I'm like, I heard people talking that they had snow. Interesting. And my other comment is, you can keep it. I know it's coming. It's a fact of life. Anyway, so I just got back on Sunday from 4.5 days off. I was visiting my old hometown of Kitchener-Waterloo and visiting with my sister and some friends. It was absolutely wonderful. But I did miss the little guy. In a day, things can change with babies, right? There we go. Just checking to make sure my video's there. But I can't see the comments, and it is, and I can't, but we'll see. Oh, then I have to turn the sound off on my computer. There we go. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Hey, Bea and Elsie. Yes, lucky I moved. Oh, did you get snow, Bea? I'm wondering. Maybe. I have to bring my one lamp down a little bit. I see a big shadow. Anyway, so last week I gave you a sneak peek of Eden's Garden. Remember, I couldn't find the dies? And that's because they were like right beside me in the package where they were supposed to be. Oh, you did get snow. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so here's the dies. And they don't actually cut out any of these goodies, although this die will be perfect for sentiments and such, so it'll fit that one and that one and that one. Actually, except that one and that one. So that's pretty good, and they're just really pretty. You'll start seeing a lot more samples now. So they're checking Pinterest and all your favorite places. Anyway, so those are the dies, and when you look at this set and you look at this paper, you don't really see Christmas, do ya? Not really, but we're making a Christmas card with this set. Now, granted, I'm going to use a difference, obviously, from a Christmas set. I'll be using a sentiment from there. Whoa, wakey, wakey, Sandy. Anyway, so this is Eden's Garden. I think with the dies, it's Eden's Garden bundle, and then this is the Ever Eden specialty DSP, and it's special because you can see the gold in it. I can see it on the computer screen. So Eden's Garden and the dies I showed you, they will both be in the next mini, which comes out in January. As a demonstrator, you could order it in advance, just so you know. Okay, could have ordered in advance. You can order it now. Starting now, you can order it. The paper, however, and the cotton paper I showed you last week, and I still don't have the gems, those will be, those are while supplies last only. They will not be replenished, and they will not carry forward to the mini. So, paper's gorgeous. If you want this specialty paper, get it, because it's going to go like hotcakes. Let's take a look. Oh, so Darlene, I'm sorry I didn't see you. You think that in 4.5 days I'd have enough time, but I did spend 2 days with my son. Oh, there's Sandy. Hello. Sorry about the noise. That's Owen and his dad making a lot of noise upstairs. Oh, and you got your DSP and you love it. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So while I was visiting, oh, hello, Jean. I think I said that right. Did I say that right? Oh, one thing I wanted to say was, while I was away, my internet was worked on. So what I want you to tell me is if you see anything weird, if it goes pixelated, if it goes weird, let me know. Let me know. All right, so we're going to start by actually cutting some paper. And I'll tell you why. I was stamping with a friend who actually... Oh, thank you. And Norma Jean, hello. I was stamping with a friend, and it wasn't until I don't know, later in the day that I realized she hasn't cut paper before. So I thought I would show you how to cut the paper, just in case there's anyone brand new. You never know. Alrighty. Clear as a bell. I like it. Okay, so here's a full sheet of Evening Evergreen. You can tell I use this a lot now. I love it. Love it. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 11. That's our standard size in North America. This is my paper trimmer, and I don't think you're going to be able to see necessarily all of the measurements. But the first thing I do is I cut my paper in half, and I like my cards to stand up, not be sideways. I guess you call landscape. There we go. Oh, there's Belinda and Janice. Hello. Alrighty, so when you cut your paper in half, this is 8.5, so half of 8.5 is 4.25. I like to cut from the bottom up. I don't know why, I just do. See, and that actually told me there that that paper was up here. So the important thing is you don't want your paper, I'm going to exaggerate this, okay? You don't want your paper like that. You're going to get a horrible cut. Not even like that. Your card won't be even. So at 4.25, I'm just going to cut straight up. Now I have 2 card bases basically. Next thing I do is I score at this. And this is 11, so half an 11 is 5.5. You notice I'm moving my cutting blade away. Yes, just this weekend I actually cut my card base in half. So we all do it. One really good thing for good stampers, and you notice I went over that a few times. I almost always do, unless it's DSP, then I don't. So I'm going to turn it this way so you can see it. Make it a little harder for me, but easier for you. Okay, so with new stampers, what I like to say is, you want to get your card folded correctly, right? That's your first thing. So I use my cutter, and again, sorry about the noise upstairs. The little guy is getting ready for bed, but he's throwing a little ball around on the hardwood. So what I do is, down here you have this little ledge, so I put my card base right there, and I simply fold it in half. Remember, it's scored, so that will help. I always score my cards. I tried without, and I can't do it. I can't do it. You need a bone folder, okay? So I'm holding this here with my fingers. You can see there's a fair bit of pressure that I'm using. I never go like this. I always, and I never use the point either for this. Okay, so I'm just going to go like so and across. I like to check it anyway. It's absolutely perfect. And then I just give it another one, just for good measure. And that, you know me, I like my cards flat. I like them to sit flat. And so it will. That's about as flat as it's going to get. So we've got our card base. Beautiful. Oh, I see it looking pixelated. Oh, there's Claire and Julie. Hello. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I am sorry. I will have to go back after the video and take a look. So here's our pieces. This is one of the sheets of the Ever Eden, and we're using the not shiny side. We're going to use the, I don't know, I think this looks like, is it like tweed? Oh, you know, I think I'm the one making it look pixelated because I'm moving too much. Anyway, it's got these little lines in it that I really like. Oh, you can see that. Pixelated. There we go. I will mention that. All right. So this piece of paper, you know how I normally just take off 1/8 of an inch? I have this tiny border. Well, you know, when you have 12 by 12 paper, you can get, this is 4 inches across, so I can get 3 across, which is kind of nice, you know? Oh, I better not move so fast. I'm sorry. And I talk like an auctioneer sometimes too. I'm sorry. I just do. Alrighty. So this piece of paper is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And again, it's the Ever Eden. So this is the paper that is while supplies last. So I'm going to glue that down. This is the easy part. Okay. Move your hand slower. Okay, I just tried the glue. So it was work. There we go. Nice fine line. You don't need to go wiggly wonky all over the inside. Not necessary. Whoa, that's close to the edge. One thing I do like to mention is if you're going to make a bunch of cards or you're doing a video, leave it flat. Or if you have something that holds it this way, because I always use this end. There's this end of the glue as well. I just don't use that end 99% of the time. Be one with the glue. Yes, exactly. Alrighty. Okay, So this isn't my normal little edge. So I'm going to put it up a little bit higher than normal. And you don't want to wait too long with your fingers before you let go. Ooh, almost perfect. Oh, wow. Okay. Whee! I like it. Alrighty. That's the base of the card. Pretty simple so far. Oh, yes. Okay. So, plain old, it doesn't matter the size as long as it fits inside the die that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use one of the layering circle dies, so it does fit. If you ask me which one exactly it is, I can't tell you. Okay, so I have stamped over and over. That's for the sentiment. Yes, I'm wondering why I have that there. I have stamped over and over, and I wasn't getting a great image. So my upline gave me a really great tip. Well, I gave the whole team a great tip. So I'm using Evening Evergreen, okay, and I'm using one of our sponge daubers. I had bought, oh yeah, if I move my hands too fast, okay, try to stay away from the screen. I had bought some from, it's a surplus store, and not only did they have a pointy thing right where my fingertip is, they weren't cushy like these, so, you know, you get what you pay for, basically. All right, so the tip was to use the sponge dauber. If your stamp pad was really, really dry, you'd probably be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to, and I'm going to go over this a couple times. Just to make sure. And I don't know why, but I always do the outside first. I have no idea why. I have inked this so many times in my test stamping. Just want to make sure I get everything. Now, and I'm going to hold this, well, no, maybe I'm not going to hold it up if it's going to go weird. This is a distinctive stamp, and that's why it stamps differently than others. There's these bits that are it's hard to describe, but I don't know if you can see this, but there's these little circles here, which are not visible until you ink. Then there's some darker spots, lighter spots. That is part of the distinctive stamps, and you'll see better when I ink it. So if you think that, like at the end, oh no, Sandy didn't ink the end of it, I actually did. Some of them just weren't meant to ink that way. So let's move that off to the side and see what we get. Kind of aim for the center. Now, with a larger stamp, don't rush it. Let the ink, especially when using a dauber, there's not a ton of ink on here, but just let the ink settle. Just let it settle. Nice. I think my sample is actually a little bit darker, and that's, you know, it is what it is, right? Okay, I am going to die cut this, so let's just get that out of the way. I brought my little mini boss. It's not really what it's called, but up. If you don't have the mini, that's okay. You can use the big one. It does on these new ones tell you how to die cut, which is awesome. So I need, this is one, and I need 2 2s, one for the top, one for the bottom. This is the sandwich. All right, so put that on there, put that in there. This should actually get the whole thing. As long as it doesn't move, we're all good. All right, and we'll put the other 2. Now, the trick with this is to not completely line up your plates. If you line up your plates, oh, pixelated again. Maybe I should do that off screen. If you line them up, you're going to have a really hard time getting them through under the roller and such. Anyway, I brought this one because when I unpacked everything, I had so much stuff that I took with me that I thought, I think I'll, you know, I was with my grandson one day. I didn't have time to clean. There, that's my excuse. I'm going to use him as my excuse all the time. We don't need this piece of paper, but there's lots of good edges still. I know. I'm a keeper. I keep things. Okay. What I did next was, and you're wondering, wow, white on white, really? But you'll see why when I do the card. Trust me when I say I tried it with others. So this is just the slightly larger layering circle, but of course it's a scallop. And the way you can tell, I'll bring them in so you can tell. And again, I can't tell you, this is like third from the top or whatever. that's how I know which one I'm to use. You can just see the scallop, so it works perfectly. I don't want a huge border for this. I don't usually want a huge border, let's put it that way. Oh, it could be. I'm just reading your notes, Sandy. So it could be the shine off the cutter. You never know. It's weird because my lights also look like they're flickering, and they're, well, not to the human eye, but you know, they'll pick up, a camera will pick up more than our eyes can see, let's put it that way. Oh, and hello, Peggy. Here we go. Just going to aim for the center. Aim to get it centered. I know you hardly ever hear me say that. Something is centered. What? Has she gone crazy? Okay, so we're going to bring the card back in. Remember I said I had die cut the one piece that, I guess I'll call it the sentiment piece, but it's also a lovely background piece. Yeah, so real high tech here. I might actually, this is going to be twice in one video. I think I'm going to aim for the middle. My sample's further down, and I feel like it could be up a little bit higher. Again, you don't need a lot of glue, and I don't need to try and get all these little bits here. It just doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. After all the goodies we get on, it's not going anywhere. I'll just go a little bit lower than center. And you know me, I have to turn it sideways. Oh, see, that's not straight. And not only that, now this is shiny, so sorry. Okay, 2 1/8. About 2 1/8. About 2 1/8. Yep, okay, so we're about. Okay, so let's just pretend. Let's just pretend. How do I like this? Like it like that. That's pretty plain. That look does not look Christmassy yet. So wait. But wait, there's more. Guess what I got? Yes, I did. And you'll just take a guess. Oh, it pixelated again. Take a guess that I'm going to use the Simply Elegant silver. I figured silver looked best with this. Silver trim. So here it is. Remember, don't laugh. It did fall off the roll because, you know, it did. And what I'm going to do with this is, like I did on the original, I'm going to just I have loops, and then I tried something a little bit different. But this requires me doing this at the tops first so I can see what direction I'm going. So I need to cut this little bit. I think I did 3 for each. So it was kind of, and just let them go whatever direction. If they're too long, you can cut them. Okay. That way, that way. The good news with the Stampin' Seal is you can move things around, which is really nice. Okay. Maybe they don't have to be quite that long. I thankfully ordered another package or 2 of this. Ooh, see, I like this one. Let me just see which way this is going. So this probably takes me longer than the actual card to make. I want it to be flippy floppy and do whatever it wants to do. I know I just gave it a personality. I know. All right, is that the right? It's kind of the right angle. So what I like about this is that it is, because it's on a round. Round. What's it called? I don't know. A round reel. They do go wonky, and then everything looks really cool. So it still looks pretty weird, and we're not done. We are not done. But wait, there's more. Okay. Okay, so there and there. So now we know I'm going to call this the down and this the up. So now what I'm going to do is just make some loops. The thing with the loops, if you want to save, because there's a fair bit of trim on. If you want to save some trim, cut it behind. No one's going to see it. No one's checking your work. Get the right one. That would be nice. Cut it and make another loop with what's left. There we go. Very soon you should hear some barking because my daughter will be back from work. Oh, put it on first. Put it on first. You see where we're going here? It's getting to look a little more Christmassy. Getting there. Let's make a loop. I really, really, really like this trim. I've used so much of it. Well, you know, you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, does she not have anything else? I like this. It doesn't make a very good bow, mind you, but I still I still like, I can't make the bow. I can't make the bows, I can't make them stay in a tight, stay really tight. They simply won't. Okay, we're getting there we go, that way. We're getting there. I may have to do a little bit of adjustment here and there. And you're going to stick because I said so. It won't stick if there's nothing there, though. Okay, we need dimensionals because right now the card is flat. We don't like flat cards, right? We want to pop things up. Oh, and this is a weird sheet. I kept pulling the back, the backing off, like right down to the backing paper. So we're going to try to not do that. I am avoiding where the cord is, where the trim is. I don't find that to be necessary. Can I sneak one in here? Why, yes, I can. Okay. And yes, I could use my take your pick tool, and it's right over there, but I'm not. Okay, everybody's shiny? Yes. Okay. So let's put that on. We're getting to the Christmassy part. I just want to see where that is. That's pretty centered. It's a lot of silver going on, but I like it. So I have three and three, and then 2 loops each. There wasn't really a plan there. It's just the way I did it. Okay, so this is for our sentiment. And because there wasn't any, it's not a Christmas set, so there was no Christmas sentiment. I used, and where did I put it? Oh, right here. My other favorite set, Merriest Moments, because I love the dies that go with it. So I'm using Season's Greeting. I have not used this one yet. I have not used that one. Okay, so real red, and it is a clear stamp, which means I really should put something under it. What do we have? Oh, we have like a card base. That works. Well, kind of card base. Okay, so I don't know if I explained the difference. Here we go. Let's just go right there. I am rocking it just a little bit. A tiny, tiny bit. Ooh, that's pretty. Already. So, the dies. I don't know if you've seen these yet. And I was actually, I'm just going to go back 1 second. So the difference between this stamp and this stamp, well, obviously one's clear and you can see through it. But you'll see how flat this one is, which is why it has no cushion. It needs something under it to stamp properly. Whereas the red rubber, you see this layer here under the red rubber, that foam, that's why you don't need anything underneath it. I think you could still stamp that way, but I don't think you need it. I don't think so. Okay, so this is, oh, what are these called? Pretty Pillow Box dies. So it makes this really cute little pillow box that you can put little goodies in, and they make nice little Christmas favors, and probably for like wedding showers and such. So it goes like so. It absolutely fits perfectly, and here we go. This is what it looks like. So it's got the stitching around it, which you know I love. So now I have a second one of these. I have 30 Christmas cards to make as a team thing. Well, I don't have to make them. I chose that to be in that group. So very pretty. Anyway, so I have 30, so that just helps me out. It fits absolutely perfect. Absolutely. So we're getting to be a little more Christmassy. And you know we need dimensionals. Again. Yes, the card has popped up twice. I have never, ever had an issue. I've had the post office squish the card or squish the thing to see what's going on. Like, you know, it has to fit through that slot. It totally fits through the slot. There is no issue whatsoever, which is why I pop things up. And I got 2 of them, didn't I? Yep, and there's the third. Okay, so we're starting to look a little more Christmassy. I'm going to put that right across. I just want to make sure it's, yeah, that looks pretty good. So, bring in some more Christmas. Yes. Okay, and I got tired of this coming out, so I've been using it like this, in the lid. I have so abused it. So very much abused it. Oh, and I lost it. Dang, oh, there it is. See these little dots here? I thought, why don't I just put one on one of the dots? Why not? It's a dot. So these are the red rhinestones, and you know what? I originally wanted to use cherry cobbler, but I found that the cherry cobbler doesn't match these as well. These are just called red rhinestone jewels, whereas this is called real red. So I went, I think they go together. So very, very pretty for cards. That's a Christmas card. It is now a Christmas card. I will show you the inside of the card. So here's the one I made. First, you can see it's down further. Don't think it makes a huge difference, but you always get different loops. Like, that's what I like. They're never going to look identical. So you can kind of play with it and go, oh, that person's a little more, you know, they like wispy looking things. Here's the inside. And again, I use the Merriest moments. Now, I wouldn't normally put, well, I have, but I had to put this here because I had a little dot of ink that I could see. So there you go. So these little leaves are actually from the set. So I used well, I didn't use that one. Why didn't I use that one? I like that with the, oops, make it so you can see it. I like it with the little dots. I don't know why I missed that one. I don't know. Anyway, so I used that one, and that one. So I and that. So we got a lot of use out of this. This, I think, is a year-round set. A year-round set. So this again is real red, and the inside piece is not cut the same as this. This is my usual 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And there you go. What do you think? You know what? I don't often do the inside of the cards for my videos, but I figure if I don't do them now, I'm going to have to do that for those 30 cards, which most of them don't have insides because I don't know why. Just because. Anyway, oh, thank you for your comments. Aw. And even that paper, like that's not Christmassy, but it is, which is kind of cool, you know? So I'm going to put all the links. I never do it before because I don't know how to do that on my phone. It's too much. I will put all the links like for shopping and all that. If you choose to shop with me, please use the host code. That would be wonderful. What else can I tell you? Oh, yeah. Oh, and of course, thank you. Any other links I need, like to put in? I didn't do anything last week, I think. YouTube, because I'm on YouTube, and what I'll do there's a blog post that goes with this, and once I upload the video, I'll put the video into the blog post, but I'll link back to the previous post so you can see that card as well, and it's a not Christmassy card, which is kind of cool. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I honestly do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video with me. And I thank you for your shares. That so completely helps me. And you get, because then your friends see them, and then blah, blah, you know, it's like that hair, what was a shampoo commercial from way back, and so on, and so on. And only if you're old enough, like me, that you'll remember that commercial, and so on, and so on. I don't know which company it was, though. Anyway, I'll read your comments after. And have yourself a wonderful week. Hopefully there's not too much more snow, but there will be. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Bye-bye.